Hey, I'm Brandon Mullen, and I just announced that I am running for Portland City Council in District 3. For those of you who may not know me, just want to give a little peek behind the curtain of what happened today, kind of ramping up for this announcement, maybe talk about myself for just a second. I just was out earlier walking around. I was taking some pictures. I did a little person on the street video thing that'll be up on the campaign TikTok pretty soon. And then I worked with my campaign manager and another member of my team earlier this morning to finalize the message to go out. And I think with stuff like this, I mean, making this announcement, we've been working at this for a while. It's been, weeks and months in the works to get to this point. I think when you get to this point with anything that you're kind of letting go publicly, it's been in your brain, you've been working on it and workshopping, and is the right picture, the right words, or this really what I want to say, or what do I want to reveal about myself? At some point, you just have to let it go and do the thing and just trust that it will be received in the spirit in which you intend. And for some people it will, and for some people it won't, and that's totally okay. I also wanted to share, like I said, a little bit about myself for people who may not know me. I have about, over a decade of experience in public service, managing teams with public policy, communications, process improvement. I worked with the city of Portland, with Metro, with the city of New Haven, Connecticut, and then with a regional government in New Zealand. And before all that, worked for the governor's office for a couple of years and have a master's in leadership and organizational development. And I'm really excited to start this campaign and begin talking about the things that matter to you all and that matter to me and matter to us collectively. Just wanted to say hello. If you want to learn more about the campaign, please go to my website. That's mullen4pdx.com. I'll get better at this. MULLEN 4pdx.com. Would really appreciate your donations is a huge thing. If you live in Portland and donate between $5 and $25, those are going to get matched 10 times over. That is really, really important for this campaign. And we also need 250 unique individual donors to get that first level of matching. So if you have $5 or $25 or even more than that, if that's in a place that you can do that and contribute, that would be incredible. Completely understand if you can't. Sign up on my website to get emails and communications. Follow me on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm actually also going to be doing some Twitch stuff. So we'll see, among the many ways to connect with people, we'll see which ones feel the most organic and stick. I do like I like the video format I've gotten more comfortable with and would love to figure out a way to make it more interactive, which is where maybe Twitch comes in. Maybe a couple more quick things. What I want to focus on. There's a lot that the city needs to do. We're entering some very disturbingly bad budgeting years, and there's a lot to get done. City council needs to work together, needs to be collaborative. Our leaders need to know when to step up and when to step back, and that's something I've always brought in my work, be it through process improvement or project management or being asked to come in and work with different teams who may not be working so well together and figure out agreement on where we need to go and specific steps on how to do that. I'm really good at that stuff, and I am a collaborative person by nature, and that's something that I think I'll bring to the council that will be welcomed and very much something that's important to me, and I hope to other people too. I really, really care about safer streets for people using transit, for people walking, for people biking. Our streets have been built for cars for too long. Cars are an important tool. We own one car. And it's also true that cities should not be built to the exclusion of other ways of getting around. I envision a future for my 10-month-old daughter where she is not afraid to cross the street and not afraid of being hit and killed by a car anywhere she walks. In my view, that is an attainable goal. Of course, we have Vision Zero that Portland and many other cities have signed on to, which is a goal to have zero pedestrian deaths in a given year or ever. And that is a great goal, which I obviously very much support. I would actually like to go even further and say every street should be one that you can walk along or through and not have a fear that you're going to die. I've thought about it more and more the last few years. Some of the work I did in New Haven was helping reconnect neighborhoods that were split by I-91 in that case, which is similar to in Portland, neighborhoods split by I-5, I-205, I-405. But just this notion that we accept that streets and highways are there and therefore they must forever be there and be that way. I reject that notion. We can build our cities differently. We can change them to be safer, to be better. Again, cars are important tools. And frankly, I think we need people to say, yo, it's going to take longer for you to go in a car. And the reason why is we want it to be safer for people in all the other ways in which they get around. And to me, that just makes sense. And I'm ready to begin leading that charge for a bigger long-range vision for how Portland sees itself and sees its transportation systems. I know there's a lot of really smart people, hardworking people doing good work on that. And some of this is just about getting out of their way and letting them do that work. And some of this is being politely persistent to say, yes, this is something we can do and we're excited to do it. So there are lots of other things that I care about and that I talk about on my website. Hit on at the top, it says platform. Lots of policy specifics, the things I care about, and then policy specifics on how to achieve some of those things at mullen4pdx.com. That's MULLEN, the number 4pdx.com. And again, one more pitch, those donations between $5 and $25, they make a massive difference, especially in these early days. There's a whole other conversation to be had about American elections and how long they last. I know it's only February. And so I'll do my best to use my campaign spaces as places to talk about local policy, to let you know where you can loop in to better understand what you're thinking. So it's not just this like, hey, it's about me, and more like, yo, let's come together and like go do some cool stuff. That's what I'm excited to do. And really appreciate you all. The support that I've gotten so far from folks has been very overwhelming and very, very cool. So thank you so much. Again, this is Brandon Mullen. Until next time, I appreciate you. Thank you.